Microsoft is taking an unorthodox approach to console gaming with the Xbox One. Meant to be the all-in-one entertainment system, originally putting games backseat to everything a console can do. Much has changed in the past year with Microsoft building a massive studio family to create first-party games. But there is an unsurmountable plan to build games on Xbox, only to give almost every gamer access to their exclusives. And guess what? They're not the only ones. Microsoft unveiled an impressive new set of studios working on new games for the Xbox, but the games were never really planned to be just for the Xbox. In 2015, Microsoft cemented the end of true exclusives on Xbox One by introducing Play Anywhere. Play Anywhere offers a select 35 to 40 games on Xbox One that include a Windows 10 PC version of the game with full crossplay and full cross progression with Xbox and PC. There are a few games that have remained true exclusives on the Xbox One, Forza Motorsport 5, Forza Horizon 2, and Halo 5 being prominent titles that cannot be played without an Xbox One. Fanboys desperately hang on to the prospect that some amount of Xbox games will remain truly exclusive to the Xbox. The other fanboys hope that Microsoft will give them every reason to avoid buying an Xbox One by putting every game on PC, even if they have no intention of building or gaming on a PC. As hardcore gamers for many years, we have developed a personal and community cohesive definition of what exclusive means and what multi-platform means. Exclusive literally means, by definition, to exclude other things. This explains how hundreds of Xbox games are available on Microsoft's Windows PC, but exclude the competing platforms like PlayStation, Nintendo, or even Steam on PC. The definition of multi-platform means a platform running on the same operating system. Looking at Play Anywhere running Microsoft's Xbox games on Microsoft's Windows 10 gaming platform within Microsoft's Windows Store and their ecosystem, while the Xbox One itself runs on Windows 10 core operating system. This proves that the Xbox games aren't technically multi-platform, but people confuse the definition of a device and a platform. A gaming PC is not a platform, but a device that can run Linux, Windows, or Mac, with platforms like Windows, Steam, Origins, Uplay, Battle.net, and even Epic adding to the list of gaming platforms within the PC. The point is, the lines within even gaming PC ecosystems are blurring and homogenizing to create a more flexible and customized ecosystem. The Xbox One is also blurring the lines between what is exclusive and what is multi-plat, with Play Anywhere and the upcoming XCloud Streaming service planned to give access to Xbox games on phones, tablets, PC, and even just a TV with a connected controller. Technically, the XCloud service is still a unified platform within the Xbox One, not multi-platform. With XCloud game streaming, you are literally casting your games from an Xbox One S hardware inside a server rack, running the Xbox One version of the game within Xbox Live. Still not multi-platform. Just how in 2015, once you could stream your Xbox to a Windows 10 PC at home over Wi-Fi, you are still playing the game on Xbox. The best part of the xCloud is it doesn't require you to own an Xbox One. Those who don't care for the Xbox One have something to celebrate, because as Xbox studios start to create massive new games like Gears 5, Battletoads, Fable 4, and whatever RPGs and open world wonders these new studios are working on, anyone with an Xbox Live account can buy these games and stream them to their favorite screen. Xbox has no games! At a time when Microsoft is about to push out a slew of big new games, for those that value console exclusivity, it seems like the worst time to let anyone else access Xbox games without buying the console. Microsoft and Sony make a considerable amount of money from selling consoles, and they make a very healthy amount of revenue from Xbox Live and PS Plus services. But Microsoft and Sony make most of their money from selling their first-party games and other publishers' games for them. This is why the PS4 install base is so essential to Sony. with a near 90 million customer base in the PlayStation ecosystem, Sony can make healthy revenue on each and every game purchased, and that money goes back into pushing studios like Sony Santa Monica to create a masterpiece like God of War. Microsoft doesn't have the massive customer base on the Xbox One with around 40 million, but with their platform unified on PC, they have access to an additional 250 million customers. Microsoft has admitted that Sony's PlayStation platform is not their real threat. Instead, they are watching for Google, which had just started piloting a game streaming service ahead of XCloud. Game streaming, although in its infancy with current viable tech, is a sure bet not for millions, but for billions of possible customers. We don't know how the ecosystem of XCloud will work with Xbox and Microsoft customers. If there are no licensing hurdles, accessing your games on other displays outside of a locally connected Xbox One, it should be quite straightforward. This is why we examined the definition of what a platform is and what a device is. Remember, back in 2015 when Microsoft added streaming to your Xbox One to your Windows 10 PC, you are essentially casting the game and console to a PC display. The XCloud is casting your game from an Xbox One inside a server rack over an internet connection. This means that the XCloud could require only an Xbox Live account or owning any of the one of 3,000 games available on the Xbox One platform. If you are an Xbox One owner with a digital library, this is very good, and this means you can pick up and play where you left off away from your console for no additional charge. If you don't own an Xbox, this is great too. If you want to play something away from the PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch like Forza Horizon 4 or Gears 5, you can buy the game and make a free Xbox Live account and play a handful of great Xbox One console exclusives at console quality graphics on a supported connected display without buying an Xbox console. There is a huge disparity between how Sony handles first-party content and the ecosystem, with Sony mostly looking at first-party exclusives under the ownership of a PlayStation console. The exception being PlayStation Now, offering over 200 PS4 games, some of them PS4 exclusives, to be streamed to a PC under the PS4 platform. This doesn't make games like Killzone Shadowfall multi-platform, because you can only play this game within the PlayStation platform and the ecosystem. And the ability to play on a PC device does not make Killzone Shadowfall a multi-platform game. But like the Xbox Play Anywhere and XCloud service, because of PSNow, you don't need a PS4 to play select PS4 exclusives, even though technically they are still running on a PlayStation in a server rack across the internet. So, exclusive definitions are being blurred to the point where they are critically only being excluded from their competing platforms. Yes, Sony and Microsoft, and especially Nintendo, care that you buy their console and stay on it. But the software attachment is much more important to them, as it generates more revenue to put into the entire cycle of hardware, services, and unique content for each platform. And the best way to get more software to more customers is by making your content available to as many of them as possible. Sony has been able to do that by selling 100 million consoles. But as console gaming becomes a more digital-focused atmosphere, and the streaming becomes a viable option with less latency outside of 2008's OnLive and 2014's PSNow tech, and Shadow, a $25 per month game streaming service on PC, is competing for cloud gaming space with impressive results. The infrastructure of 4G, high-speed internet, and latency solution software in XCloud and Google Project Stream means that Sony will be following suit with a full game library streaming service. Sony may not join the cloud paradigm at the start of the generation in 2020, but by mid-generation they may have no choice but to fall in line and stay competitive by unchaining their big exclusives to all devices via streaming. Many are quick to dismiss streaming as a latency-ridden waste of time and money, but the proof of barely discernible latency, even at combined 80 milliseconds, has been shown to be a very enjoyable experience. Sure, Twitch shooters or fighting games may not be the perfect setup for streaming, but those that want to stay tournament worthy for competitive gaming will always have the flexibility and the option to play on local hardware. Consoles and local hardware will be a mainstay for the next 10 to 20 years, but if our favorite platform wants to give us mobile access to our favorite games and reach more gamers, then what do we have left to complain about? This is Colt Eastwood. Thank you so much for watching. For a while, I was apprehensive about Xbox losing exclusives, but most importantly, not having as many great exclusives in the Xbox pipeline like I can play on my PS4. But a lot is changing, and the prospect of new incredible games being built and published right now on Xbox is exciting, and soon I'll be able to play them outside my home if I want. There are still many unknowns for XCloud or how PSNow will evolve into a full game experience next generation. But this information here is the best take we can piece together at this time. If you've learned anything here or just enjoyed the discussion and the gameplay footage, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Thanks for all of you that support my channel and watch these videos as soon as they go up. It means a lot to me. I joined this community so I could talk gaming, and I'm always up for discussion. Add me on Xbox and Twitter at Colt Eastwood. This comment section might be a little dicey with the prospect of PlayStation putting their exclusives on more devices outside of just one console. But remember, if you're a consumer, think about what is best for you and for what you like and your favorite platform. So be mindful of other people's opinions and, be nice.